How y'all doing? Would you just look at that thing right there, that beautiful PT Cruiser? That right there is a 2006. And I just want to make this here video to share some information I've learned from owning one of these here. I own two of them actually, but this one here particularly. And if you own one of these or looked at them, you've probably seen a lot of them have some head gasket issues. Let me turn it around on myself there. There we go. Oh, that's a scary sight, ain't it? Hey there, I'm Rob Tacklebox, and I was just gonna make a video here. So if you own one of these here PT Cruisers like I do, you might run into the head gasket issue where it overheats. And I was gonna share a little information that helps me out, save me some money for a time being. Of course, I recommend you get the head gasket problem, you actually get it fixed, get a new head gasket put on, but that can be a very expensive process, period. But in these Cruisers, a lot of people don't even want to work on them because they're so crammed in there and what have you. So yeah, I was just gonna tell you what I did, and it fixed it for the time being. It's been fixed for a few years here, not overheating anymore. Like I said, mine was, it boiled over one day driving, got hot and was, bubbling like one does when it gets a bad head gasket. And yeah, so I parked it and didn't run it. Ran it a few times and eventually it would overheat. Yeah, it'd take a while. It ran good for a little bit, but that's what you want. Now, if it's going directly to DEFCON 5 after like a minute, you're probably fucked. But if you can get it warmed up and then it just slowly overheats, I suggest what I did here is this here bars, leaks, block seal, permanent head gasket fix. One step. It's easy to use, and it was very easy to use. I just followed the instructions here, and for a 4-cylinder you use half this thing here, or hell, you could probably use it all, but I used half or a little over half. And 8-cylinder, you just put in the whole thing. But I used it on this here PT Cruiser, and it fixed it. It worked. What I did though, which they don't necessarily tell you to do, is I went ahead beforehand and flushed all the coolant out and got it nice and clean. Ran some water through there, cleaned it out, flushed it hose pipe flush, redneck flush, filled it back up with coolant most of the way, coolant and water like you should. Just get some cheap old antifreeze. It may not work, so you don't want to spend too much money. Get some all makes, all models. Cleaned it out real good. Then I put this in. You run it for like 15 or so minutes. It says here on the damn bottle. Yeah, 15 minutes. Allowed to idle for 15 minutes with the heater on. I did that. Let it cool down overnight. By God, it fixed it. And it's worth a try. It's like about $22 a bottle or so. Sometimes you get cheaper on sale. But hell, if you're in that situation before you go spending a fortune or have to or lose your car, you got PT Cruiser, I suggest trying this because it worked for me and saved me a lot of time and hassle. I got other cars to fix. Putting all that money into a PT Cruiser, it ain't worth it. But they all tend to have this problem, so hell, it's even a good preventative in my book. You might even want to run this even if you hadn't got it yet, just to seal up any potentials. But it did work for me. Some people say don't fuck with it, it's just a gimmick and all. It can work. It doesn't always work. I've used it on one of my trucks. It sealed up an intake gasket coolant leak. I did it. It stopped the damn leak, because sometimes you just don't want to get in there and fool with it. Of course, the best thing to do, if you've got the money or you know how to do it, is get in there and fix it the right way. But if you can't, I'm just saying, this bars leak one step here, and this isn't the shit where you have to flush it 18 times after you put it in. You just put it in and leave it in there after you run it, and it says what it does. It tells you what to do. Just giving you a shout out. If you own one of these little PT Cruisers, it's worth the try if you're overheating. After you've, of course, made sure it wasn't thermostat or none of that basic stuff. Yeah, I thought I'd share that with you. Well, anyway, it's just been Rob Tacklebox saying, hell, if your PT's overheating, give it a bars leak block seal right here. Go get you some of this and try it. $20, it's worth a shot. All right, hope y'all are having a good day and keep them PTs on the road. They're cool little things, ain't they?